Well, howdy, 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 everybody. Teresa here. Just me and the critters. And first off, happy Thanksgiving to everybody here in the United States that celebrates it. And if you're not celebrating it or don't really, not in the mood for it, then just happy day to you. And I understand that. I was going to go live, and I don't know, I couldn't figure it out. I haven't had trouble before going live, but I don't know. I don't know. So you're just going to get this version, which I know a lot of you don't care. I just like the interaction. Sometimes I feel a bit lonely, like a lot of us do, so I'm just going to act like you guys are here like I normally do. So how are you doing? Are you having a good day? Hope you're not stressed out if you are doing a Thanksgiving feast, or you are going somewhere, or maybe you're just hunkering down. I'm more the hunkering down type person. I always have been. And that's why for many, many years when we, had a full family, basically intact family, we did most of the holidays. Because I used to love it and stuff. And you know what? Dynamics have changed, and I figure this, so my TV just shut off. I'm not sure why. Oh, there it goes. You know what? I probably need to shut off my heater real quick because I forgot. I better shut this heater off. Yep. Because seeing all the lights and stuff just got a lot brighter. I'm running a crock pot, and running a crock pot in the heater will make this heater will triple breaker. I forgot about that. I got lucky, guys. But, I'm going with that. Instead of being down about it, I'm going with the fact that for many, many years, we do have many, many great memories of everybody coming over for different holidays and stuff. I used to enjoy it back those days. Now so much, physically wouldn't be able to do that. Neither would my husband be able to. And the family is very fragmented, and I assume that probably maybe our grandparents stuff all felt the same way, as their core unit kind of fragments and goes off in their own way and stuff. Maybe it's just progression of life. But and I thought about today I put that post on Facebook last night. That I was kind of taking a step back from doing as much social media interaction. And hear me out before you get alarmed or get upset. What I meant by that was I got to take a step back from the negativity, because I really do. I'm a big empath, and I will kind of absorb all of that, and I have my own depression issues, so it's easy for me to kind of think lower and lower down, and what I need is very uplifting, and I need to work on myself, and that's what I said. I need to work on myself, and I do. I need to work on myself. And so it doesn't mean I'm going to stop making videos or anything. I got to keep everything positive. I don't want to be put on more medication. I'm on a very low dose antidepressant anxiety med. And I don't want to have to. I've been down that road where they had me so, So I'm going to do everything I can to, get myself lifted up. I'm celebrating this year because we're not in the RV. We spent 2 Thanksgivings in the RV. And yes, my husband's at work, but he'll be getting off work here in a couple hours. And he's so tired, guys. And he's going to take a nap when he gets home. In fact, we've moved dinner back by an hour, because I know he needs to take a nap. So that's fine. I did start another hat. Now I'm going to work on that. I want to vacuum the house and clean the bathroom and like sweep and mop. Do a little bit of dusting before he gets home so everything's nice. And and everything. And have everything nice and quiet for when he gets home. And let him take a nap. I might take one too before dinner. I have a ham in. We're not big fans of turkey. I mean, I don't mind it or anything, but you know, my husband's not a big fan of it. So yeah, we'll do a ham. Thanksgiving isn't just having to have. I'm sorry, I didn't realize this. I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't realize this TV was here in the background. It's probably driving you guys nuts. Let me mute that. Usually I always mute it. That's what I was saying about, yeah, taking a nap and stuff. But yeah, put a ham in. And I'm going to do scalloped potatoes. But, you know, I used to use them. I used to make them from scratch. But these days I just buy one of these guys. And yeah, I do add more stuff to it. But, so I need to kind of read on here anyway. Let's see. This says I could bake it in the oven. 450. I think I probably would just cook it on the stove though. I think. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to make this. See, I need to kind of read on this. That's going to be our dessert. Freeze. Oh, okay. Let's see. Need to combine the crust mix with butter, press into the bottom. Let's see. Filling, mix, and milk. 30 seconds, and then a medium speed. Reserve 1/2 cup of the cookie pieces. The remaining cookie pieces into. Okay. So 1 hour. That's what I was looking for. But it needs to refrigerate for 1 hour, so that'll work. You got to kind of plan that stuff out. You know, I'll probably make that and throw it in the fridge before I lay down. So we're going to have the scalloped potatoes. Toe bread, we're still going to have stuffing, but I'm not sure if we're having stuffing or not. I was going to make mashed potatoes too, but that's kind of redundant of, you know, because I wanted mashed potatoes. But it's kind of silly to make. I guess I could make a few mashed potatoes for myself and just make him the scalloped potatoes. I could do that. Yeah, I could do that. It's not that big of a deal. You know, it's all about having what you want. And I'd rather have mashed potatoes, real mashed potatoes. I'm talking about peeling the potatoes. You know, growing up, we never had instant. I didn't even know they made instant. You know, I don't mind instant, but sometimes you just want that honest to goodness homemade mashed potatoes. So I think I'll probably cook a few of those. And then I'll have to ask him if he wants stuffing or not. Because I do have stuffing. I think I have stuffing mix. I'm not sure. And then some kind of vegetables. Then we're going to have 2 types of olives also. So, you know, oh, and biscuits. You know, rolls. We bought some of those grand biscuits. Well, the Great Value knockoff type. So, I'll do a can of those. That's the kind he wanted. So, that's what we got going on here. We're not going to, normally, okay. It used to be for years and years when I had kids. Just wait a minute. I got to take my pills. I told you I was doing this kind of like you guys were just sitting here with me. A little scattered today. I'm tired. Not as tired as Mr. Man, though. Not near as tired as Mr. Man. You know, I probably will skip the stuffing unless he really wants it. But if we're having 2 types of potatoes and stuff. But anyway, sorry about that. I had to take my pill before I forgot some more. Used to be for years and years, while the kids were growing up and stuff. So tradition is we would have the outside lights ready to go. We would have them all, all hung up and stuff. And it would be on Thanksgiving evening that we would light the outside lights. We wouldn't do the inside yet or anything, but we would light the outside lights. Yeah, see, I'm working on another hat. And so that's what we did for years and years and years. And it was a tradition, and really loved doing that. Now so much, we're not going to decorate outside because, like I said, where we're at, nobody sees it. And, we don't stand outside and stare at our lights. So we decorate just for us, mainly inside, which is fine. But we're not going to do, normally, traditionally, we would start working on either Thanksgiving evening or perhaps in the afternoon. I got a big old mess here. What the heck? I have no idea what's going on here. Wow, where did this stuff, where'd you come from? Well, I know where you came from, but what the heck? Wow. Anyway, would be that we start working on the tree. Either Thanksgiving evening or the next day. But we're not going to work on the tree until Sunday. We'll put up our little artificial pre-lit tree we bought last year. I believe it's a black tree. Yeah, it's a black tree. It looks really cool, though. I will show you guys. And so we have that. And then I love gingerbread. If you're ever looking for that gift to get me, I love gingerbread men. Gingerbread men. Love them. They are my thing at Christmas. I will put them in my kitchen year round. I just love gingerbread men. So I have hand painted, and I'll show you guys those, a bunch of gingerbread men. And so yeah, I'll have those around. And everything. Oh, I don't have the birdhouses listed yet. I will list them tonight. I did get them sprayed and stuff. They do need a couple more coats of protective varnish on them, in case one would want to put them outside. But yeah, they turned out really cute. I tried to get myself, and did get myself, to sleep a little earlier last night than I have been. I'm trying to turn around my sleep schedule some. You guys hear that all the time from me, right? So, yeah. So, I was out there in the kitchen working about 2 a.m. doing dishes and prepping a few things for today and stuff. And I thought, well, maybe I'll do all the housework now. And I'm like, no, you know what? You just need to go to bed and you'll get the housework tomorrow. So, But I figured one of my problems with the depression is that I'm not on a good schedule, and you guys have heard me say that many times before, and yes, I know I look really tired today, because I am. But I'm not on a good schedule, and I have to be. Sometimes you just got to push yourself in life to just keep creating and keep doing stuff, even if you don't feel like it, because, sometimes I have to make myself keep making these hats. Not that I don't love making hats. I do, and I've done it for years. But sometimes you want to just fluff off and work on something else. And like right now, I'd love to be painting and stuff. But I made this commitment, and, I guess especially in the winter months, I think it's really important to keep, little heads warm, big heads warm, and, all of that. But, I've been thinking about it. I know this is all over the place, but you guys are kind of used to that with me. I've been thinking about it, and I think, after I get done with doing all 50 states, because next month will be date number 21. But when I get way done, I'm going to celebrate when I get halfway through. But, by the way, I'm going to be like, whoa! But when I get all the way done, of course, I'm going to take a little bit of a break from that. And then I think I'm either going to pick either nursing homes or hospice that I'm going to start donating to. Because I see the need in both. And maybe the need even more in nursing homes, though, because so often our elderly are the forgotten ones. And, I think it would be nice. I mean, and they get, elderly people get cold so fast and stuff. And, I think it'd be kind of nice. I mean, whether it's hats or maybe scarves or maybe lap blankets, stuff like that, And then maybe I'll work on donating maybe like twice a year or something. I don't know. I have so many ideas. I could donate to, shelters. I mean, like dog and cat shelters, blankets and stuff. I don't know, but I'm just gonna pick some different ones and stuff, and do that. If any of you all, I've seen where some other people are thinking about doing some donating and stuff, and I do take donations of yarn, and I do take donations of any kind of knitwear that you do. But maybe you're wanting just to do your own thing, and I can understand that too. So I have found one of the good things is to get a hold of some of the local churches if you're wanting to go that route. And a lot of them have different programs, or they have where maybe once or twice a year they put together care packages, care boxes, Christmas bags, that kind of stuff. So, I mean, that's kind of a good, look around some of your different churches, even if you're not, into going into church, going to church. I'm not. But, but see what different programs they have. And, a lot of times they have some really, really great programs. That's what we've been finding more and more luck and stuff. So, that's just another idea. Women's shelters, you can check with your local police department. A lot of times, maybe they have kind of a program that they do. Fire department, same way, and just the different community outreach programs and stuff. So, I started this because, if you do a lot of knitting or whatever, you're going to have where, your family's going to get tired of your stuff. They can only have so many hats or whatever. I mean, depends on the size of your family or all of that. But, And like I said, this was my saving grace, especially when we were in the RV, because, if I had to just sit there and twiddle my thumbs during that time, it would not have been good. But, yeah, we're keeping Christmas low key. Like I said, we're gonna do. I'm gonna make lasagna for Christmas Day. Brad absolutely loves my lasagna, and for Christmas Eve, traditionally I always make 7-layer dip, the Mexican 7-layer dip, and I'll make that again. And I don't know if Brad's gonna make monkey balls for Christmas morning or maybe some kind of rolls. Depends on how much he has to work. He's probably going to have to work some Christmas and, of course, Christmas Eve. They're having a big problem with not being able to hire any help right now. So that's part of his problem. I did order him, and did tell him about it last night. I don't know if he remembers or not. I did order him a new back brace. And this one, instead of just having the Velcro once, it has 2 different layers of Velcro. And it also has some lumbar support that you can adjust in back, or you can take all the way out. Because he had a back brace, and he basically kind of wore it out. So he needed a new one. So, yeah. I got him one of those coming. Because, we got to do something. We did the TENS unit right away last night when he got home. And that did help some. But he was in so much pain last night. I said it was a big switch. I went to bed, came to bed, and he wasn't really awake. He wasn't really asleep, and then he came out here to watch TV and stuff. So, for a while, so he didn't get much sleep. He was in a lot of pain, in a lot of pain. Something gotta give. He's probably not gonna start, really looking for different employment, though, until after the first of the year, because right now nobody's really hiring except for seasonally help. I told him, I said, any kind of job he could get, even, at front desk work, being a receptionist, anything like that, would be wonderful, because, he's just got to get off that back, off his feet and stuff. But we just keep praying to God, and it'll all be okay. We just do what we can. He's learning some tricks from me sometimes you just got to sit down in the middle of cooking for just even a minute or something. You use the rollator when the days are worse. Just even around the kitchen or whatever. So that all works. But let's see, what other kind of traditions did we have? I always like to do some kind of. My grandmother used to do what Tom and Jerry batter, and for years and years she made her own. And then as she got older and stuff, she would buy it, and then she would put. Can't remember what she put in it. It was rum or brandy or whiskey or something, And God, I love those at Christmas time. And then the nutmeg on top. And she'd even get us kids about half tanked. Well, me. She didn't put it in the other kids and stuff, but mine. Because I was always out there helping her. I was telling Linda the other day, I was one of them weird kids. I would go downstairs and visit with my grandmother, my great-grandmother, because she always lived below my grandmother, in the same house, and I'd sit there and, rub her feet and stuff, and she would tell me stories about her growing up, because she was born in the 1900s. And I was always very enchanted about what the year 1900. And I was always very enchanted by what life was like before vehicles and the real old time housework and stuff. And I still remember a lot of those. Traditionally in our family growing up, you always had sarma, which is some people call, it's cabbage rolls, but it's cooked with sauerkraut instead of tomato. And so we always had that. That traditional German dish that we always had. Years and years ago, my great-grandmother used to make her own sauerkraut and stuff still. And told me all about that. So that was always a lot of fun. Traditionally, growing up, everybody had to dress up for the holidays. And you set the table in the best china, And that was always terrifying because I usually was the one helping set and helping, doing dishes and stuff. Terrified I was going to break a piece of china here, you know. But yes, silverware, the china, the fancy tables, the fancy dress and stuff, that's how it was. I mean, I much prefer how Brad's family has always been, where it's been very relaxed. You can come to Thanksgiving dinner in your sweats and, y'all grab a paper plate and serve yourself, and it's no fuss. In fact, my grandmother did get me a set of china um, before I met Brad. But I only used it a couple of times. Brad laughed because the first Thanksgiving we had together, um, I set the table all fancy, got the china out and everything, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Well, this is how we do it." And he's like, "Well, my family, we just, casual dress and you know." And I'm like, "Hey!" I never bothered to. In fact, I gave my one daughter that set of china. I gave my kids everything, I would want them to have before I left. I thought, why bring it all out here? Like I had the depression glass where I gave to my granddaughter, and I gave a silverware set to one daughter, and I gave the china to the other, and Brad divided up stuff he'd want the grandson to have and did the same. But what was your Thanksgiving like as a kid? And what are your Thanksgiving like? Have they been like as an adult? What are they like now? Because, it all changes. Like I said, it used to be big family gathering. Let's see, because Brad has 3 sisters, and they all had spouses. And then between all 3 sisters, there's 8 more kids. And then his parents. So, we'd have a house full. Usually it's one sister and the kids and the husband couldn't make it, so -5 on that. But yeah, it was a house full, and and one thing that got me is nobody would come over early to help or anything, and talk about the dishes. Oh my God, you know. But I loved doing it. I loved doing the holiday cooking, the holiday baking. I was the type I always, no matter where we lived, I always decorated inside and out every holiday, including Thanksgiving or Valentine's Day, and at Thanksgiving too. Uh, so now, but I did that mainly because the kids really enjoyed it and stuff, and then we had grandkids. But now that it's just us, and like I said, where we live here and stuff, it's like I don't go out that much, so I don't even see it, and yeah, conserve your energy for such whatever is important, like making more hats. I wish I would have kind of counted how many hats I've made so far, because it's been a lot, and then you know people have been so kind to donate the yarn and donate hats and knitwear and stuff, and that's just been a wonderful thing, wonderful thing. But let's do this one more row and then let you guys go. Let's see, this is how it's turning out. It's a Christmas hat, and I have Christmas buttons I put on them too. I know people might kind of wonder why I put buttons on the hat. It's just something I like to do. Because I love buttons. I love all different kinds of buttons. Basically, if like my grandmother, my great grandmother, basically, great grandmother had I got a whole jar. I've used them all now. And it was an old bullion jar. of buttons. And there was so many cool buttons in there and stuff. You know, the old metal ones and stuff. But yeah, I love buttons of any kind. And a lot of times I'll just get on the internet and I'll just be perving through the buttons. You get some good ones too. If you're ever looking to buy some, you can get some pretty decent ones on Wish. You know. But yeah, I love the buttons. I love the buttons. So that's why. And I figure, you know, a baby isn't going to usually reach up and grab a button, you know, if they're being watched. So I figure it's the parents' job to watch their child and stuff. I mean, you know. I know that sounds bad. I didn't mean to sound bad, but, you know. Like I said, I just like doing hats. You know, I do hats while I'm doing just about. Let's see. I've done hats while we've been traveling. I've done you know, sitting in a car. I've done hats, of course, in the RV. I've done hats while watching TV, while talking to you guys, or talking to numerous people. I often will take my illuminating with me if we're going to be somewhere for a while, just to have something to do, you know. So, but yeah, that's how this is going. And you see why this is curving? Why the white? Let's see, why the white on here is curving? It's because of the variegation on this one. See how it goes to green, white, and red? And so that's why you're seeing that. And I think it's a pretty cool effect. So, anyway, I hope y'all have a good Thanksgiving. I need to get off here and run a vacuum. Run a vacuum! Clean the bathroom, sweep my floors, run a vacuum, get that dessert made, get that in the fridge. When Mr. Heidi gets home, he's probably going to want to eat something and then lay down, and that's just fine with me. So, anyway, I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. Don't worry about if you have money, don't have money, the Black Friday shopping, whatever's your deal on that is your deal on that. I don't do it. You know, I don't plan on doing any shopping right now. So, remember, I love you guys, and I do cherish your friendship so much. And thank you for keeping me company today. And I think you're awesome, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.